Greetings everyone, Solar Strike here, and welcome to the live stream. Yes, today we are going to be covering the second part of the upgrade marathon from Tuesday. Wow actually shouted me out towards the end of his stream, and I'm like very grateful. I can imagine a lot of you are here from that, and yeah, and I'm very grateful. Like I said, I'm very grateful for a channel of his size to shout me on the stream. It's just kind of shows how far I've really come. But yeah. So anyways, if you saw the last stream, we ended up at build 2190 or 67, and it was very late when I finished the stream. And I had to get to work, so I had to split the stream into two. So yeah, it's been a long week, but we're gonna continue this adventure right now, and let's get rolling. Well, anyways, welcome everyone to those that showed up, especially from Windows on Windows, and I think that's just the introduction we're doing for us today. So yeah, let's get the show on the road, as Sad Mac went on about. So anyways, we'll go back to where we were before, which you will see in a minute. We were last on build 2167. I keep saying actually 2267, not 2197. 96. Whoops. I got the name wrong. Yes, this is a 6-box. This is a virtual 233 megahertz machine. I just didn't really. Yes, I am. I am indeed using a 6-box. There's your proof why. Because it does stuff like that. So anyways, I said that I got the build wrong. It's 2267. No, we're gonna get on to 2419 later. Don't worry. We just for those that saw the last stream, we had a bit of an error going on here. It's a render error with this build, but we kind of messed with stuff on the stuff that's changed, and here's a look at what this system it's because it wasn't running at full speed, Pancake. It wasn't because it wasn't running at full speed, Pancake. It's because it wasn't. Yeah, it was like only at around 20%. So this isn't a problem like with my own hardware. It's just or this is just because it wasn't going as fast. I had been told 86 box works the best for these builds, so here's a look at what we are doing. It says Celeron, but this is kind of a virtual Pentium 2. So got an S3 Verge, sort of this Intel sort of thing. We have a Sonic card that got rebranded as PCI. And yeah, this is where we're at so far. We are almost at the official beta 1. So that's what we're about to do right now. 2296. Should be just about here somewhere. So this stream may go a little slow, but just how it goes, I guess. Anyways, as you can see here, we have a very similar thing to Windows 2000 right now, but we're getting closer. And look at this, a brand new setup screen from last time. Starting to look a little bit like the official one, but we are going to skip this because obviously it's been a fair bit later than that. I will also be setting the date to October 24th, 2000, because this is when the build was made. And this came out right on Halloween of, this was publicly released right on Halloween of 2000. October 31st. But, yeah. The motherboard we're emulating is an Asus P3B-F, which is actually going to be which is actually a motherboard I actually have right now. And I plan to actually use it for real hardware eventually. Just I don't have all the parts for it ready yet, but it will be coming soon. Don't worry about that. I am going to be having some fun. This is build 2296, and that is the official beta 1 here. 1024. Forgive me if it looks a little weird right now, but I will move it eventually. Yeah, you're gonna see me resizing windows a lot, but I'm just kind of a little, sorry for being a little haphazard, so to say. Yeah, here's our text mode right here. As you can see, it's for those that saw the last live stream, it's very different from where it was last time. It resembles the Watercolor theme instead of, you know, the ME slash 2000 style. And yeah, we still got a few changes, but we're gonna see even more changes once we get closer to Luna's introduction, which should be a few builds from now. Yeah, it's like 16 colors apparently, and I'm just kind of glad all y'all have shown up for this stream, and we are going to be streaming all the way up until we get to the RTM, even if it takes like 5 hours. Hopefully it doesn't actually take that long, but we'll see how long this goes. And yeah, like, there was also a challenge that I was doing to see how far could I upgrade this machine before I needed to reformat the hard drive, which is a 12 gigabyte hard drive I have created for this. It truly was, if I'm being honest. You can actually sort of get Watercolor ported to the final release of XP. Like, I've done it before, and it's pretty nifty. I mean, Luna still looks nice, but Watercolor is still definitely an aesthetic I would have liked to see when I found out about it. So yeah, this says so yeah, this is just gonna be a little. This is just kind of me being a little bit of a talking head while these builds are getting upgraded. But I promise I'll 2442. I've heard things about that build. I don't know if I'll do that. I'll think about it. It was not originally part of the list of builds I have here. I already had to skip one build because it wasn't upgrading properly, and that was the first XP build. 2202. That was the first one that I had. That was one I had problems with. The actual first build I had was Whistler 5111, and you can check out the first part of that stream. Okay, we have rebooted. We are about to get into text mode. We are about to get into the proper. We are about to get into the proper setup, proper graphical setup. But I'll think about 2442. Maybe I'll add it to the list, maybe not. It just depends on how much energy I have by the end of this. Because that build leaked just recently. And I just don't know. I just don't know how I would be able to acquire it, because I gathered these images from various sources. So just kind of, sorry for being a bit slow. I'm just kind of. This is what Pentium 2s were like in the year 2000. You're only barely hanging on by that point. Especially the original 233 megahertz one. Oh, it's on archive.org? Maybe I'll take a look at it. We'll see. I just can't read Chinese, so I just kind of don't want to confuse viewers that are watching this stream after the fact. About this weird Chinese build that was going on about, but I'll think about it when we get into the once we get 2428 installed here. Should be a few builds out from now. No, that's not part of the challenge. I'm just no, that's not part of the challenge. It's just kind of what my system can handle, like that, without being still kind of reasonable. Because I had heard problems with hypervisors, though I actually did try one of the later builds on a hypervisor, which is virtualization software like VMware and VirtualBox, and it worked fine for me. So maybe I was just kind of overreacting. Forgive me. It's just kind of slowly been going on at its own pace. But I promise it will continue. Do you think you can put 2442 in English? Well, there's no copy of 2442 in English. It's not yet. So even if there was one, I would I mean, if there's an English version of 2442 like floating around, which I'd imagine there might be, but like I'm pretty sure, like, because especially towards the end, the changes we'll be seeing are going to be fairly minor, like after we get past beta 2. But I'll be sure to point out the changes, because by the end of this, we're probably going to be starting to rush through builds. Because after beta 2, you kind of don't have the entire. We don't really have a whole lot of changes, because that's entering release candidate stage. But I can certainly add it to the list if you guys want. But we'll talk about it once we get into 2428. For now, that's still 3 to 4 builds out, so should be about maybe an hour and a half from now. Yeah, my original plan was kind of to do a clean split between the pre-Luna era and the post-Luna era, but the stream I did on Tuesday for the RTM 20th anniversary of XP, oh no. Oh no. Well, already running into problems, but hey, what do you expect? I'm gonna try to see if it was one of the problems before then. I need physical memory into. Let's just restart this machine and see how it works. See what we can do. That. Yeah, it's halfway between the somewhere halfway between the 2000 and XP crap like BSODs. That's definitely one I wasn't expecting. Maybe we'll give it a second try, and if that still doesn't work, I guess we could go ahead and try the next one on my list, which is 2410. Welcome, WoW. We have just started the install process of 2296. I got the build number wrong. Welcome, Fayez. The install just crashed here, and I had to go and restart it. So that was a bit unfortunate. We had a BSOD just earlier, wow, and yeah, I'm still very surprised he kind of shouted me out like towards the end of his stream, because I was around for most of it. Sorry if I'm like, it's kind of a bit more awkward for me because I'm like a significantly smaller user. And it's okay. It's alright. Wow. I'm honestly surprised you ended that early, because, I mean, I was just willing to wait for you. Like, yeah, I was like waiting. I was just waiting for you to. I just wanted to let you finish your stream at a good time, and then I would start my stream shortly after yours. Please press Shift F10 if possible and play Windmine. I don't think there's a loader game in here, but and if it does BSOD, I might just move on. But I already have a few options. in case this starts to have issues. And should we need instead trying to do this on a hypervisor instead, like VMware? I'll be sure to let you guys know after the after what I did, because I just tried 2481, which is one of the builds on my list. Shift F10 opens up a command window. No worries, I had something to do for 10 to 20 minutes at 9:30, so I had to end my stream anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't get why this is just acting so strangely. And, very, very much a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us. Connect to the web. This is acting really unstable. I will... Oh, there you go. Well, your tips were kind of correct. It was this command line after. There's the command prompt after all. I see what you're doing. Ah. Hey, it kind of looks like a little bit like the 95 version of it. Oh my goodness. Oh. My goodness. Oh. Yeah, we still got stuff from way back in the way back from the early points of the stream. Bye. If you're leaving, then see you later, I guess. Oh, dang it. It happened again. I'm gonna try increasing the memory. On the VM. Seeing if that fixes things. Which I have right here. Yeah, 256. That may really bring it. So we're gonna double that. Oh, it's just kind of a remnant from the earlier builds, like 22, 23, because they were still installing WinNT as the default directory. Pinball is in a separate directory. All right. Yeah, 22, 23, as well said, was kind of one of the last builds that had the used WinNT instead of just the normal Windows. They made the switch sometime in the some point in the early on in the process. Excuse me. So let's see if 512 megs just kind of makes it a little more stable. And if it's still a little unstable, then I guess we'll try moving on until 2410. Or try a virtual machine, but we'll see how things go first. Yeah, it's just kind of pinball in program files. You know, I actually have to see. You know, actually, let's try that. Oh, what was that? This is slow. It's hiding in the accessories. It's just in the middle of a heavy right at the moment, so. Oh no. I mean, this is actually the official beta build, like. And this is actually the official beta build, like, they actually shipped. Yeah, just kind of at the request of a viewer, so maybe 512s isn't enough. So if we crash again, I'm gonna put up a poll and saying, what do you guys want to do? Like, go ahead to 2410 or try a virtual machine. Yeah, accessories is probably going to be your pinball, the pinball. Oh yeah, and C label is whistles. Hoping we can keep that whistles. Welcome, Ted, to the live stream. We're in the middle of a little bit of a. We're in a little bit of a pickle at the moment. And no, there is no pinball here. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I have VMware, but I've just been told there were stability issues with virtual machine programs. And there we go again. So yeah, I'm just probably gonna create a poll. 24. Alright, I have posted a. Can you guys see the poll actually? Alright, we are officially trying VMware. So kind of figured it was about time to try something else. Alright, VMware it is, so. Now I'm just gonna do this. So let me just kind of get that a little started. I'm just gonna get that create at the moment. So be right back, folks. Promise I'm working on this. Alright, I'm back with this. Which we have sort of my VM sort of little thing. I have set it to compatibility 9 to, I guess, maximize the chance, I guess. So let's get into this sort of thing. You need to set the clock back to 10, 24, 2000. Hold on a second. Oh, the thing isn't working. Oh, then I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, I'm not seeing the display there. Sorry, I'm just kind of like, I'm just kind of a little bit of a, kind of everything is just kind of out of whack right now. Everything is just kind of out of whack right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna need to do this. There we go. Yeah, it's just a thing I have to do. So we're gonna full screen this. Don't worry, I have images. Just sorry, I'm just kind of, everything is just kind of out of whack right now. I'm just kind of working at the fast I can with what I got. 2296. And here we go. I have set it to set the BIOS time to be that. And hey, I guess you guys get a little bit of a setup. So it took about 6 builds before we had to reformat something. It took about 6 builds for us to till we could get something. And yeah, I'm going to zoom us in a little bit. So yeah, I can certainly tell you that. I'm just kind of. I guess it's like I'm kind of being a little bit of a perfectionist, I guess. Just gonna move it over here. Oh, right. No, it has to be in the. It has to be over there. Or else the aspect ratio is off. Sorry, it's just kind of juggling windows like no tomorrow. Oh. Oh, great. We're stuck here. Oh, great, we're stuck. I'm gonna restart this. And if this doesn't work, we'll just go right ahead into 2410. Sorry about that. Jeez, if I was a developer back then, I'd be pretty pissed this wasn't stable, so. That does not, this would, if a developer had to deal with this, like, around Halloween, I guess that's why they released it around Halloween, because this build was so cursed. But, yeah, I'm just kind of, yeah, it's just kind of vibing around for now. Let's try 2410 if this isn't really working out for us. Maybe the image I got was bad, or something like that, but let's move on to 2410. Oh no, I forgot to change the date. 12/8/2000. So this was built on December 8th, 2000. We are moving right into 2410. And we'll go back to 86 box if we have to. Maybe this is the stability issues they warned me about. Some communities warned me about. Sorry, I'm just not used to doing VMware on streams. Oh, great. Great, it's unstable. How did it work last time? And how the heck did I get 2481 ready? Cause yeah, Longhorn. Like, yeah, we're just gonna go back. Yeah, we're gonna go back to power. We're gonna go back to 86 box and go to 2418. This was IDE, by the way. Oh, goodness. Oh, and my cat's meowing. Just let me bring that back up. Let me bring back the let me just bring back 86 box here. Actually, let's try. I'm just gonna straight up reformat it. Yeah, sorry, it's just like everything's out of whack. We're just gonna make this the first format of today. Didn't think we would have to do this, but we're gonna find a way to make it stable. Then we have our first format for today. Yeah, both 2410 and 2296 were both not acting up right, so like in VMware. So well, I went back to 86 box and I just straight up reformatted everything. So we have our first format today. So now the second thing is how many reformats do we have to do before we get all the way to 2600? Hopefully this is the only one, but and the cat's right outside the door. I don't have a face cam just yet because I am in an extremely small space at the moment. Like, there is a bed right behind me, and like I literally am sharing this with a guest bedroom at the moment, this very office. So I do not have a lot of room in here, and it's pretty unorganized anyway. So 45 minutes and we're having this many problems. But we are gonna make this all the way to the end, even if it takes like 5 hours. We are gonna do the best we can. So yeah, 1 hour and we are barely outside. We are just now barely outside 2267. But we will get there. Hey Dominic and Techosaurus Rex, welcome to the stream. It's just hasn't been the best of streams so far, but I've had to switch programs twice. So this exactly hasn't been the best of streams all day, so but we'll get it. We'll make it work. Like, even if it takes like 5 hours, 6 hours for this, we will make it to the end. Just yeah, it's just been a crazy ride so far. We are just barely one build in out of like 15. Okay, we're more than one build in. It's just kind of spinning up a second domain controller now. Yeah, we're 5 builds in out of the 15 I have today. Server 2022. Yeah, like that's the next version that just came out a few weeks ago. And if this doesn't work, we're just gonna straight up move on to 2410. Yeah, if I was a Microsoft engineer, like when this is going on, I'd be pissed because like that does not give me a good good outlook on the future. But we will get through it. I promise. This, for the new guys that just joined, we are installing build 2296. We were originally starting from 2267 of Whistler, and then we will move on to and this 2296 is the official beta 1 build of Whistler that was released on Halloween of 2000. Come on. How is this even possible? Alright, we're moving on. Alright then. 2410 it is. I'll just recap all the changes that have happened between then. Yeah, we don't have pinball in these integrated environments. At least I don't think we do. CD program files when NT. But we'll try something. Oh boy, I have background music in this, not music, background noises from, the apartment I'm in. Like I said, I am in a very small living space at the moment, so it's kind of one reason I don't have a face cam yet. Other reason is, I'm just kind of not exactly on the tightest, not exactly on the biggest of budgets at the moment. Even though my computer is pretty fast. It's not fast enough to run this sort of stuff like at full speed, but it's just kind of a mystery. I am currently working out to see that worked. I'll be right back. I hope those files weren't crucial. Anyways, I'm just kind of letting my roommates know about how this is, so. But we will go about it the best way we can. See, this is why the scripted content is just kind of. I would just cut all these error things out, but you kind of get to see the behind the scenes of how I make these sort of upgrade histories and whatnot. Just kind of I was barely hanging on to this whole thing. I'm just kind of talking, like trying to pass time. I mean, I wish I had music, but like I'm just kind of I didn't have a lot of time to implement any changes. Got the thumbnail well, and the text in the thumbnail a little bigger, but anyways, booting up. Sooner or later, we're going to be seeing a new boot screen. I hope. Installation of side-by-side assemblies failed. Oh, great. As if this hasn't been cursed enough. Hold on. We're gonna go back to 22 now. We're gonna go back to we're gonna go back to 2267, and then we'll go from 2410. Hi, this has been an adventure, and it's gonna be even more intense as time goes on. Expires December 9th. Welcome, Jenna. Nice to see you here. December 10th is the expiration date. We're going to leave the BIOS date as it is and just go right into it. So we're going to go back to 2267 and then we will go to 2410 from there. Since my streams are also cursed. Sorry to hear that. Welcome, Jenna, to the live stream. Sorry, it's just kind of... everything is just out of whack at the moment. It's just like the last stream where, like, it took literally almost an hour for me to get a build installed. This time it wasn't just staring at a setup screen for hours. And wow, we'll definitely remember that from Tuesday. I will do custom. I will do the custom. What's the MJD-ness of that happening, eh? Yeah, this definitely is kind of MJD-esque stuff here. We're gonna delete this. This is format number 2. Format number 2. We're just gonna do a full format instead of a quick one. So we're going back to 2267, and then we're going to go right into 2410. So we had to skip 24. We had to skip 2296. Realized I signed my stream up MJD style without realizing. I'm gonna unpin the message now. I'll see you in the next one. I guess I sort of kind of have that way of ending an MJD out of 11. I guess I'm just cursed out of 11. I didn't even resize the window. Yeah, just like, yeah, and poor folks seeing this after the for folks that are seeing this stream after the fact. I apologize for all the weird errors that's going on here. Man, this is gonna be, the rate we're going, this is probably gonna be like a 5-hour stream. So, I mean, these streams are going to be, I mean, I normally stream for 3 hours anyway, but, even then, like, there's usually stuff going on with them. This is just kind of a, nothing but errors. Anyways, we're almost an hour in, and we still don't even have a build installed yet. Where we're going, we don't need for things to make sense. Yeah, it's just kind of this is just kind of a mess. So yeah, for those that are seeing my streams for the first time, normally I stream every other Wednesday, but like since XP had its 20th anniversary with the RTM, I moved it up a day. No, I didn't want to boot into it. Yeah, but I just decided to stream one day early because I had to celebrate the occasion. And it was a good time to celebrate the occasion. But normally my streams would be on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday. It just the dates just happen to line up, so I was going to start the stream 2 hours earlier, but then I saw Wow was going to be doing his live stream, so I wanted to let him do his stream first, and then I would start mine, because I was planning on starting around 1 p.m. Now it's 2.5 hours later. Nice ME setup background. Yeah, this is kind of like a hybrid between the 2000 and the ME installers. We got the billboards here. Yeah, this is literally just the 2000 setup with the ME billboards and whatnot. And I have no idea what's going on with the all the issues. I'm going back in time just for this. But I promise y'all, we'll get somewhere in today. We'll get somewhere today. Because I've already sacrificed 2 builds, and from we had 2202 yesterday, and then and now just 2296. Yeah, like now that I realize it, it's just kind of, I can certainly see how they integrated the billboards from how they integrated the 2000 setup stuff from into those billboards you saw in the beta 1 setup. For those that are watching for the first time, like, I'm kind of sorry my streams aren't nearly as professional as WoW. Or the handful of you from Rick's Random Retro and stuff like that. But I am just kind of starting out in these sort of streaming things, so just forgive my sort of crazy sort of thing, but it will be improving as time goes on. I will definitely be working on improving the layouts and whatnot. You don't expect professional. Well, I guess Maybe I just have high standards or something like that. Maybe it's just how my brain works. We'll call those missiles 2. Central time. This is just before the time bomb of 2296 or 2267, so don't worry about the date. The time bomb I think is 2 days later, so. Oh, right, this is one I need to. Oh, right, this is when I need to juggle the window around, or else the setup fails. I sort of joke about this, but juggling this window around actually makes the setup complete. Yeah, bells and whistles. Yeah, like as I alluded to in the last stream, like 2000, XP was just kind of, when you really get down to it, it's a somewhat minor upgrade to Windows 2000, and it's just that for a lot of people never saw Windows 2000 or the NT line in general. So it's often a bigger update than it really was. Bigger update to them than it really was, if I'm being honest. I mean, weren't for me, but yeah, and like, hopefully I may, for some of the European folk, I hope I made it a little better. Don't worry, we'll get into pinball. We'll get it when we get into 2410. Promise second respawn. Promise we will play pinball at some point. We will play pinball at some point, don't worry. Especially once we get closer to the RTM. I guess since we sacrificed 2296, then I guess I will do 42. So I guess I'll. Oh boy, this is the one that failed last time. Well, yeah, I had set up around the coordinator part. Yeah, when you really get to it, like, they are pretty similar. So most people didn't see Windows 2000, so just kind of trying to locate 24. Just trying to locate 2442. Right now we're in the billboards part. But once we get into 2442, we have. If any of you know Chinese, please help me out, because I won't know. I won't know how to navigate the interface. But that is still a few builds out. And yeah, in case you're wondering why we're going back a build, 2296 wasn't working, and then I had to get ready for then 2410's install wasn't working, so I went back to 2267. And now we're gonna go into 2410 as soon as we're on the desktop. Hopefully that's the only reformat we have to do today. Get muscle memories from the prior builds. Easy. And yeah, I sort of got that already. I had that sort of spider sense from Sad Mac will probably remember that I was having stability problems with the early beta builds at some point during the install, so yeah, sorry, it's just kind of a little bit empty and a little boring. Okay, let's see if I can get pinball on this thing. Okay, fine, we'll see. We'll see if pinball's on here. Let's see. Okay, that's just a bunch of file locations. And then let's see. Program files. I mean, I just looked there, but oh. And oh, hey Sky, welcome aboard. Oh, pinball. Look at that. Look at that. We've officially pulled a loading game. Pulled a loading game. We even have sound. Oh boy. Yeah, it's like not gonna run full speed, so I did not think we would be able to do that, but that's what 16 colors is about. Yeah, this is kind of like a bizarre bit of Nirvana. Bizarre inverse Nirvana. You think you're the only one who never played this game? Like, dang, you really haven't? Like, it's just kind of a real classic. Just kind of, you owe it to yourself to play it at least once. Sorry if it's not running full speed, by the way. I mean, to be fair, I never really played it extensively, but I did play it a few times when I didn't have much to do. Okay, this game is just kind of peeving. Okay, this game is just kind of annoying me. So, see how far we are in the setup. 5 million points. Wow, Sky. I barely got. Didn't get too much far. I didn't get too far. Who knows about the hidden test thing? Who knows about the hidden test? I played both and I was better at solitaire. I mean, that's what my mom was back in the day. She was always a solitaire type of lady. I guess I'll be right back again. I'm just gonna get myself a drink. Alright, I got myself a drink. Ball. Drag the ball in the hole. Top right and hold it there with hidden test for infinite points. Yeah, that's what I did a few times. Yeah, I hear the hidden test kind of thing was just kind of a little obscure today. Like when people talk about hidden test, like, or talk about 3D Pinball Space Cadet, they never really know about the hidden test thing. But I knew this when I was fairly young, so. Sorry about this stream. This is taking forever, by the way. 24:42 is kind of on the way. Sorry about that. Sneeze. Yeah, so all the WoW viewers, welcome. It's just kind of been a strange stream so far. I've already had to reformat the hard drive twice, and we don't even have a new build installed at the moment. But 9 viewers. This is the most I've ever gotten on one stream, and I'm very grateful. So many of you folks turned up for this. Like it's just kind of fairly overwhelming. If I get into like WoW's numbers here, it's just kind of overwhelming. So many people watch me or know about me. Like 200, almost 200. I think closer to almost 250 subs. Like it's just wow. So many people watch me. Like even if it's just 10 of you that's here, that's still very much a lot of you. You know, I'm very grateful. Like you guys show up. You deserve it. I think more Windows YouTubers should stream, to be honest. Yeah, I guess you can see that. I actually kind of got the idea to start streaming from Rick's Random Retro. So, if you may remember seeing him towards around the middle of the stream yesterday. Well, not yesterday. On Tuesday. So he was just kind of the one that kind of gave me the idea, and His channel is very good too. You should check him out. He does streams every Thursday, albeit very late, so you probably won't normally be able to catch those. Wow, considering he streams at about 8:45 p.m. my time, so. Yeah, just like it's almost 5 about the time I normally stream. I don't want to go into part. If we don't get through, if it's like 5 hours into the stream and we still haven't gotten to 2600, we'll finish it as part of like. We'll finish it as part of my next stream on the 8th. We'll finish the Upgrade-a-Thon on the 8th when I get home from my job, so hopefully we don't get to that point, and we'll be good to go by the end of this, even if it takes however many long hours. And excuse me. Now this is rather slow, so to say. So sorry, it's just kind of very slow at the moment. So yeah, it's just kind of been like very involved at my job, which I do IT work. I do IT work somewhere, so it's just a fairly involved day, and by the end of it, I'm just kind of really tired. Still like the job though; it's a really nice job, and wanted to do an IT job for a number of years now. I finally got the opportunity to do so, and that's what I've been doing. Yeah, that's basically how things have been handling. Just kind of been just a bit wonky at the moment, but just kind of. I'll do stuff other than Windows, by the way, like. Because my next stream was planning on doing stuff with, I think maybe I'll be able to have the, I don't know, really. Either way, we're definitely going to do stuff other than Windows and operating systems. It's just kind of how it is at the moment. Kind of was on my mind at the moment, and honestly I'm kind of starting to like these streams maybe a little more than me actually making videos. Sometimes kind of allows me to get sort of more direct feedback and also talking to my community. I am also thinking of moving to Twitch at some point, but maybe dual streaming. Anyways, now we're back to exactly where we started. But I just don't have that ready at the moment, so 800 by 600. Yeah, we are officially back to where we started. Leave it to me. Leave it to me for where things go wrong. And I am excited to be exactly where we were before. How weird. Oh yeah, I think we have a out-of-box experience here. It'll show up shortly. Just hang tight. Hang tight for a bit. I'll just scratch it off. I'll just scratch off the builds I had to skip. Don't worry, there is a method to the madness here. It's kind of slow. Yo, you're gonna go? Oh, I had to click on it. There's our screen again. We have... No, I am the only one who will regularly use this computer. 'Cause I'm greedy like that. Network identification wizard. Yeah, just assume it's me. This is no, someone messaged me. Nice pink and yellow color scheme. Yeah, that's about right. 910. File a bug report. Okay, now we're back where we started. Friday, December 8th, 2000. Or am I more excited for to be actually get into here's our first major difference from 2410, or for 2410. We didn't have this setup screen before. And for the first time, we have a product key to type in. First off, will I get in trouble if I show the product key screen, or am I okay with typing that in here? Because if I get in trouble, then I'm just gonna probably turn it off real quick. Yeah, I don't know either. I think you're okay. Yeah, this is the first beta build to actually feature product keys that you need to you'll need to activate Windows builds. This guy says you'll be fine. All right, I'll take your advice. We are gonna type it right here. And I'm just often reading these from the beta wiki pages. But I just heard a ding. Exactly when World PC would have gotten shut down years ago if MS pulled a Nintendo. Okay, I was just kind of a little, just a little paranoid about it. Here's one thing we have from the old setup that got changed. Now it says Beta 2. Yeah, now it says Beta 2 instead of Beta 1 here. Now we get on our way to the final stages of the. We're in the final stage of the watercolor era, but we still have a couple. We still have a couple more builds before we get to that point. But we're almost done with the watercolor era. Yeah, that motherboard I have emulating right now, that actually is going to be what will eventually become my real Windows 9X setup, so to say. That will become my real Windows 98 motherboard. I just don't have all the parts ready to go. So far I've got a CPU. I've got the CPU, I've got RAM, I have a power supply, and I also have a sound card. And I mean, I would have a GPU, but I think it's like I think it's a little too new for this. I think it's too new for this for the motherboard I have, the P3BF. So cannot copy driver.cab. Please don't make me skip it a third time. Okay. Maybe I'll just read from the last build. Okay, I hope it proceeds on. Well, it reads it from the last build. Because we're gonna have to. Because if this happens again, we're going straight to 2419, which I know works. I know it works. Because I've tried it before. The animation in the bottom left is interesting, only appears in this phase of the setup. Windows just got better. I guess every single build it gets better by like the tiniest amount. At least in Microsoft size anyway. Yeah, regarding the product key thing, I was just kind of a little nervous. I didn't want Microsoft to take down the video or something like that. Maybe it's just me and just kind of have the royalty-free music for my stuff. Even that's given me some issues occasionally. I've gotten stuff from I happen to play music from the web game videos I had earlier cuts with stuff from other royalty-free libraries that I didn't have the rights to, and that still managed to get me a content ID match, which I had to change the ending music on that one. I centered the product key on my Windows 98 unboxing video just in case. Yeah, you censored it. I guess you can see what it is. But we will be, I will give, if we can get it working, then we will do, I'll show off the differences between 2267 and this build, so. Including all the changes from, 2296, so. By the way, cheers for the product key I'll probably have zero use for. I mean, Beta Wiki. Beta Wiki didn't have much use for it either. I mean, one day I would actually like box stuff, but sorry, it's just gonna dopey laugh. True OGs remember the original video then. Graphical installer. Look, a few more things have changed about this watercolor-esque setup here. We didn't have this before. Looks a bit more complete here. MS Paint and setup is already there by second part. I'm gonna wait to see if this actually installs properly first before we actually do stuff like that. And as you can see, the build was technically given out in January of 2001, but we still have the old Windows flag here. Even though this build was compiled in December of 2000, it was given out about a month later in early January of 01. And we actually still have the old Windows flag here still. And even once we get into the watercolor era, we'll still see the old flag every so often. But I'll detail that more often as we get to when we get to that point. It also has a different logo in the bottom right for some reason if you use 16 colors or anything above. Interesting. Like, what flag is it? Like, This is your first time seeing 2410 Sky? Or is it or is this the seen this build before? Uses the Microsoft Whistler text in 16 colors. Oh yeah, now I remember now. We're in the graphical part now, so that was text mode we were in. Alright, I just had to take another sip. I've actually enabled the start page in this build. Oh, right, I forgot to show off the start page. Surprisingly, we have significantly less viewers than the WoW stream from a few hours ago. I mean, that's to be expected. Like, I am a much smaller guy after all. I didn't expect everyone to make the jump. I'm pretty sure a lot of them would be like, ew, who's this dork who he's trying to shill? Get out of my stream. Ew, who's this dork? I'm not gonna watch him. So maybe I'll take a look at the start page, as what Sky suggested. So yeah, it just depends. Well, if we even get this installed, we don't run into another crash. But this is definitely a lot more feature complete. .2410 start page is probably the best one, at least in terms of actually being functional. Oh boy, the driver. Oh boy, driver install. Does 2410 start page not have broken images? I mean, I showed off the activity centers in the Neptune when I was showing off Neptune 5111. Oh, yeah, just barely. So, yeah, one day when I actually get, once I actually get the gateway machine I have, working again, I'll be sure to start capturing from that. It doesn't rely on active desktop, so yes. MSN Messenger service. And this is not the only time we will be seeing the setup we'll probably be seeing the setup getting yet another redesign in the next build. We'll do paint in the build proper. I promise. Ripon. So how does everyone think of the stream so far? I just didn't expect the shout out from WoW. So I'm just kind of very humbled. Again, I'm just kind of very humbled. Favorite Windows version? I mean, in terms of actual final versions than XP. You can change the startup resolution when the ETA is about 16 to 17 minutes. That's interesting. I mean, in terms of stuff that actually released, probably XP. This is. I mean, it was the first one I ever used, but. I mean, I used it for so long, it's not even funny. But even, I would say, Windows beta stuff, including that. I'm actually not sure. I mean, I'm actually not really sure. I honestly kind of like the aesthetic of, I actually kind of like the aesthetic of I know everyone likes to say 4074 is their favorites, but I'm honestly kind of partial to some of the some of the stuff from right after the post reset builds of Vista, like the immediate post reset builds of Vista. I think 51, like something from 5098 through 5219. I think aesthetically that I really kind of like that. I kind of like the aesthetics of that version a little bit. So Windows 7 will always hold a special place in my heart. Ironically, I never use 7 that much. I know you're a big 7 fan, Sky, but I honestly didn't use 7 that much. I always, I used it in school, but I actually stuck with XP for way longer than most people, like until January 2013. And then I spent most of 7's glory days after that to I used it. I was on a Mac at the time. Then by the time I got back into the PC world in late 2015, I did use 7 as like a daily driver for a little while, but I only lasted about a year or so, and then I used 20, and then I went to Windows 10. Not a whole lot after that, so I didn't use 7 a whole lot, oddly enough. But it's just kind of shows how people had different experiences than most people. 5219 through 5384. Yeah, that kind of works, but it's kind of a one build. Some sort of builds I'd really like to see was I'd really like to see one day is kind of both pre-milestone 2 or 3 pre-reset builds of Whistler or Longhorn, and stuff from between 5001 and 5048, and between 5048 and 5098. I would eventually like to see those some builds from those eras leak, but the chances of those happening are like 0.1%. So basically, there's no chance unless someone really goes crazy about it. 2415, huh? What's that build like? Oh wait, that's the one that had the that's the one that was shown off at CES 01. Oh yeah, and there's also the 4050 builds from Sky mentioned 2450-15, and I think that was the build that Luna first showed up in. That was the one that was publicly demonstrated at Microsoft's 2001 CES conference. I think that's the build she's trying to refer to. Yeah, extremely early Luna design. And recently there was a mock-up that was just found of a 1999 version of Luna from a really early mock-up of what the Luna design would have been. To be honest, I'd rather have 2415 or 4050. Please don't kill me. I'm not gonna kill you because I agree with you. I would much rather see the early stages of 24. I'd much rather see the really early Luna design than all the cool demos at WinHEC 2003. But I'm still interested in seeing both. But Short of like Jim Alchin himself leaking his copies. I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to have a chance of that happening, but hey, we've seen miracles happen before. Almost 2 hours in, and we are now finally actually getting a beta build done. So yeah, I really don't know what else to say. You guys want to do a little bit of a Q&A, I guess? I think I missed 1999 Luna. To be fair, like if you're talking about the Whistler series, that concept art I think just recently leaked like a few months ago, so the knowledge of the early Luna wasn't really known to us back then. And wow, these noise canceling headphones are very weird. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, whatever you say. Desk, CPL. Hey, that's nice. Now I know what it's called. $800 by 600 setup. Also, look at the font. It's a little different now. Thanks for the setup tip. It's pretty funny. Like, kind of glad you guys are here because I would have never known about this. I never would have known about this tactic. If I had like MPEG like decoding cards in here, like I would definitely try like a DVD or two, like play a DVD or two on Windows Movie Maker or Media Player, pardon me. Like I said, not real hardware yet, so I do eventually plan on doing a whole video on DVDs at some point. Considering that format is almost 25 years old. It will be 25 in about a few months now. A little over two months. Let me see. Speech. Oh, that's slow. All those draw calls. Kinda think it's pretty funny to have the change the resolution. we'll chronicle all the changes from 2267 on this build, except for the ones that were part of 2296 that got overwritten here. So almost 2 hours later, and we finally have a real build installed. Took 2 program changes, but we finally are landing on a real Windows thing. Login screen mockup source code. I'd rather keep the source code discussion linked to a minimum here, just because I really don't want Microsoft on my butt that much. But I mean, that's an interesting find, but I'd rather keep the source code discussion to a bit of a minimum here, just to be on the safe side. But hey, that's just kind of how I roll, I guess. Yeah. It's kind of... Sorry if I'm just kind of stalling a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of stuck here at 5 minutes, but I don't think it's because like we had a problem. I think it's just the nature of a 233 megahertz Pentium 2. So it's only really running at half speed, because 86 bucks is just that demanding. I hope to eventually get like a 5900 or a 5950X. That would really bring an IPC improvement. Maybe that'll get us closer to 100% most of the time. I already tried 2419 on an earlier stream I did, so I'm just gonna probably rush through that real quick. But I will at least talk about it a little bit. So probably would have ran better with a Pentium 1 at this rate. Yeah, well, I had planned on using a K6, but K6 was having issues, so moved on to the next best thing. In retrospect, maybe I should have chose something else, but I wanted HTTPI, I guess. $12:08, December 8th, 2000. It's almost 21 years ago. As of a few more months. How are things going? Slow. Really slow. But we are almost done. We are almost done here. I wonder. I'm sorry about the shaking there. It's just kind of stimming a little bit. So finally, after an hour and... Yeah, I know, right? It still feels like 10 years ago, not 20. But that's just how time flies, I guess. Year that's 2000. It's just how time flies, I guess. Windows Whistler has successfully been upgraded after 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 35 seconds. We finally have a build installed. And now, if I recall correctly... Oh, no, we still have this boot screen. We'll see another one in a little bit, though. Does anyone remember the fake Whistler startup sound? You know, the one that's really just that's just the Windows 2000 and 98 startup sounds with that sound from Entertainment Pack. There's our Whistler again. We have Merlin here. No, I don't want to reactivate. Yeah, Windows 2000. Windows 2000 has a or Windows. This is kind of where the Windows product activation sort of began here. Yeah, 2419. I think 2416 has the new boot screen. I think kids are still fooled by it today. Yeah, honestly, it is. Yeah, it's kind of sad that it wasn't. Yeah, kind of sad. Like when I found out that was fake, because it actually kind of sounded pretty nice. Alas, it's not real, so here's our whistles too. And we will be seeing Merlin again later, but what is that? What is that? What is that floating DOS cursor in the sky? Anyways, now we have now the Whistler background we saw in at the very start of the stream, 2267. That is now the default wallpaper here. I'll sum up all the changes from everything from 2267. So 2276, we have the redesigned setup. We have a. I'll show you guys. We've got Windows Media Player updated to version 7. Yeah, I know it says Whistler right over there. We'll see it more prominently in just a minute. Oh, the text is just barely visible down there. But sorry about the snort there. Ah, there we are. You can see my computer has gotten a little bit of a redesign here. Running an 800 by 600, and we'll make it a little smaller. We've got MSN Explorer here. We also have the recycle bin here. I don't get why that pixel is just there. Start menu has gotten a little bit of an update. And now we have Windows Media Player 7. I think the driver could be out. But we haven't updated that's pretty. It's pretty. Oh, now I can hear it more clearly. Yeah, we have a funny run icon here. If we run WinVer right here, 2410 and 2000 expires June 6, 2001. We've got help and support. IE right here is now, instead of 5.6, we're gonna pretend we're going on land. We don't really have a network, and we don't have a network thing installed here at the moment, but I'll show off Bliss at some point, but look at this. We have the infamous legend here, IE6, now officially in its beta stages. And we have a change in the control panel here, which is, instead of the graphic design here, we've got a few more icons that are looking even closer to the final. Kind of look like graphic representations of 9x shortcuts, 9x icons, and 2000 shortcuts. Here's the old classic view. You've got the taskbar and start menu. Yeah, it almost kind of looks like a little bit like the it almost kind of looks like the an odd hybrid between XP and 2000 here. And I'd say this leans more so on the latter here. Here's the beta 1 like release notes that they had for us that we would have read if we got beta 1 installed correctly, but we didn't. There's a mouse tutorial in the out of box experience. And we can also, and I guess we can also pin. How does user accounts look at this point? I think they've got it down to just a few groups now. Like, let me see if I can change that. And the startup page, I will get to startup page in a little bit. Just hold on a second. I mean, I personally would have hated it, but they could have replaced Classic with Watercolor, honestly. Yeah, create a new account. Call this dummy. Call this a dummy. And then we just have a limited and the we've got an administrative, standard, and limited. So we still have the same groups from before, but we still have the same groups from before. They've just been renamed from child and adult to limited and administrator. One of the groups will be eliminated, by the way. Yeah, we're about halfway through the cycle, the development cycle of XP. So we'll be moving on to 2419 real shortly. So this is almost like started seeing a little bit of a, oh yeah, and the recycle icon I think is started the real start of, we're starting to see the XP icon starting to come into existence. You know, the Whistler style banner is still in services.msc. And also, we can't forget the, I wonder if it's possible to replace the HTML documents with this iteration in XP RTM. Of course, we can't forget we have simple test visual style. Sorry, cough. It's the oh boy. It's definitely still early, but yeah, we got this now. This is pretty cool. My eyes. Don't worry. Don't worry, Tom. We'll get through this. Just gotta show off the other one, and then we'll go start page as Sky suggested. No, this is definitely not Arrow. Like, that's still 3 years out, so. Mallard. And then Blue Lagoon. Yeah, you can certainly tell this was certainly incomplete. We're gonna do start page on this. Transparent title bars, yeah, that's a glitch. We also have Windows product activation, but it's not ready yet. Oh, and we also have a zip extractor now. Oh, we're on Windows Media Player 8, not 7. And also we've got System Restore now, which is always exciting. Okay, start page. It is mapped to the start button, so pressing on it will create a new start. Just press on the start menu. To enable a start page, create a text document through Notepad with the following values to save as a .reg extension. Okay. Windows Registry Editor version 5.0. H key underscore current user. I'm going with the instructions of BetaWiki. Windows current version Explorer. Fault ID D word 0000065. You must activate your copy of Windows Whistler within 0 days. That's what it will say. Luckily, it's not working just yet. But once we get into But once we get into when Uno comes in, it'll finally work. Current version, Explorer, start page, normal, W32, Control 1. Type. Let's see if that did everything correctly. Okay, we'll call this. Okay, we'll call this start page .reg. Start page .reg. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works. It is mapped to the start button. Let's see what the start page looks like. What is this start page thing? Where are they? Where do they go? Let's see, regular. Oh, log out. Oh, log off and log back on. Got it. Hey. Now that looks nice. I was surprised they were still keeping this late in the game. Apologies. Yeah, this is a start page, which is pretty interesting. Already starting to see the some of the XP icons here. Stuff from the RTM. Could have been in the later stages too, but Windows 8P. This is completely functional, unlike every other version. We are about to lose that functionality, so yeah, it's not even on Beta Wiki, so credit to Sky for helping me figure this, tell me about this. Thank you very much. Early version of the start screen. This wasn't discovered until recently, that's why. Well then, thanks for letting me know. Anyways, I think it's time for the very last version of the watercolor era. It's 2419 time. Oh, it's 2419 time. Wait, how did you just get the start menu? I was told you have to you have to hold down Shift on the start button. That's how it works. We're gonna upgrade this to 2419. As you can tell, the sub has already starting to look like the final here. I'm gonna get the serial ready. RB. Now this is certainly a little cursed. But we are now on our way to oh yeah, dynamic update. Some Whistler files may have been updated. Be right back. I'm back. Well, another thing for Whistler 2410 HD Remix and Knuckles featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series new funky mode video at some point. So that looks a lot more like RTM in 2419. Yeah, it's definitely starting to look Whistler-esque. dwwin.exe. I'm so glad you guys are here and just kind of like I'm like just kind of an intermediary. Like I feel like an intermediary of Windows beta stuff. So I'm not like a super amazing knowledge guy, but I can at least get around a little bit. I think that's just like the Windows server. I think I could be wrong. Dominic may be able to provide some context. Hold on a sec. Oh, yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Now I know what to say whenever when I next do the, when I next mention. I may have forgotten to grab 2428 though, so. Yeah, I think I legitimately forgot to throw 2428. Oh no, I actually did. So I'm just gonna integrate. I'm gonna integrate 2442. Also, the DOS cursor came back. Yeah, it's just kind of the great DOS cursor in the sky. I'll get it in a restart. Don't you folks worry. Yeah. So how's World Gamer's Choice Limited Edition? May as well throw in one more and Knuckles for that. Windows just got better yet again. Hope you guys enjoy the watercolor theme, because soon that's gonna go away. It is now 2.5 hours into the stream, so who wants to do a Q&A with me? Like, just ask me questions while we get this installed. So none of you? Okay. None of you it is. Oh, crud. Oh, I have an idea. What about our title bar size to 25? Oh yeah, that's the new boot screen I was mentioning earlier. Where did you get the name Solar Strike? First off, Sky's question of is mayonnaise not an instrument? I mean, as long as you play it correctly, I think mayonnaise could be an instrument if you have the right talents. And yes, I know it's a SpongeBob reference, but I think differently and that stuff. What do you think about Windows 11? I've actually tested some of the insider builds, and it's definitely an interesting looking operating system, but it's not really a super necessary thing, I guess. And yeah, like the less said about TPM and the system requirements, the better. But I guess it looks fine, I guess. And it's just, I don't really have much to say, really. It's just kind of gonna be there for now. From the time I have tested it. And where did you get the name Solar Strike from? Well, so I actually have had this sort of in-game, like, sort of, I've had this username for about 8 years now. About 8.5 years now. Since about 2013. Solar and Strike, it was just a cool name that popped in my head. I'd go off about Windows 11 if 200 characters let me. Yeah, I know, like, you've got a lot of stuff to do. Did I just hear clicking? But yeah, it's just kind of a name that just kind of popped in my head, and popped in my head when I was making because earlier I had earlier usernames like General Tastic. That was my Xbox game. That was my sort of Xbox live ID at the time, and it was kind of sort of stole it from my brother back then. And then I went with the name of Solar Strike, which was just kind of popped in my head. It's just kind of solar flare, and then strike as in strike the sun, and it just sounded cool at the time. And insecure for mostly secure for the rest. I mean, that's just typical Windows for you. I mean, But we're not here to start Windows 11 debates right now. That will come later. I mean, Windows was never known for its good security. So it was never gonna do well regardless. So, but yeah. Earlier, I had different identities of before General Tastic. I had the username probably. I had earlier done stuff with YouTube. I was in a big Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 kick from about 2007 to 2012-ish. And I did a couple early videos when I was like 11, 12, or when I was younger. It was like 2010, 2011-ish. I uploaded a few admittingly rather low quality videos about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And I was just like showing off my parts, I guess, because I had such an addiction to to that game at the time. And I just thought it was I literally just made the videos in like Windows Movie Maker and thought I did well. And I was really proud of them at the time. But I have no idea where my old computer went. I'm pretty sure it was tossed a long time ago. When the family moved to Max, as I mentioned earlier. But it was by pure coincidence, Web TV, like my old alias was known as Web TV because I figured my content would be just as good as it was as a studio television at the time. I figured it would take over TV. I didn't know about like the Web TV project Microsoft was doing back then, so I just thought it was a clever name for like when I was such a young kid at the time. I keep almost everything I've made on an external drive, no matter how much I hate it. I think I'm just kind of glad, like, not all this stuff. I'm kind of secretly glad my childhood computer is kind of gone, but at the same time, I'm also kind of a little sad it's gone because, I don't know. I bet you guys would probably both be excited and kind of cringe at my, like, 10-year-old self's attempts to get into video making. But yeah, I was a big Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 fan for a long time. And yes, there were fans of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. There are dozens of us. Dozens. But I know it's not really as popular as the first two these days. Especially, and of course, Project Coaster kind of took over that niche for the most part. Yeah. If in the odd chance I do end up running into my old channel, I'll be sure to share it with you guys, like on Twitter or something. And, yeah. I just didn't know what the heck backup even meant at the time, and I was just all too glad to move on to a Mac Mini at the time. And yeah, it's just kind of, and I still have the first clip I ever recorded in OBS from 2016, but I just it's literally just 5 seconds, so I don't know why I'm so nostalgic over it. Maybe an eventual historical retrospective for my actual channel, I guess, in the future. But yeah, that's just kind of the origin story of Solar Strike, both how my name came to be and how he started making videos, I guess. So yeah, that's basically so my stuff is lost to time, and I'm still kicking myself for it. That's very understandable. Yeah, and yeah, that's just kind of the tales of me, I guess. So yeah. Anyone got any other questions for me in this sort of mini Q&A, I guess? Wow, like, just minutes going now, like, seconds even on this CPU that's just going at like half speed most of the time. Sometimes a little above it, sometimes a little before. Anyone got any questions? I see a capitalization error. Where? Showing start menu items? I think that could be DirectX 8.1. Or 8, not 8.1. But nothing back then. Flame point. What do you think of the hated Windows versions? ME, Vista 8, and 8.x. ME, I haven't really messed with that much. Vista, I think, was the general consensus on Vista today was just kind of. I just think it was just like it was kind of more limited by poor drivers of the day than any sort of like poor repeat. I just think it was just the drivers of the day that kind of attributed to its negative reception more than anything else, and also the I guess also the class action lawsuit with the Vista capable stuff. So I think it's kind of a kind of an OS that has been kind of had some real promise, but kind of just had some issues, core issues that led people to just stick with XP and whatnot. And as for 8.x, I guess 8 is just kind of 8 without the start menu. I mean, for what it is, it was fine, but it was just, like I said, nothing really special about it, if I'm being honest. I really haven't spent much time with 8 to get a proper conclusion with it. Thank you for installing Whistler. We look forward to receiving your feedback and to providing you with the best computing experience possible. The Whistler team. And I'm gonna add a fourth one and say NT 4.0. Although this isn't outright hated, it's just kind of forgotten about. And NT 4.0, honestly, is kind of pretty stable in my experiences from what I've messed with it. Just as long as you aren't playing DirectX games more than anything else. Welcome, Matt. It is you missed one build. You missed one build for 8.x wasn't given a chance. They were literally going to add a start menu to 8.1 before they renamed it to 10. Oh, really? I did not know that. You missed a build. NT 4.0 was so much better than 95. I can tell you that much in the stability department. Just as long as you weren't trying to play DirectX games, it was pretty stable OS for the time, and Pentium Pros really had a lot of stuff. They only gave a beautiful start menu from technical preview to Windows RT. But I honestly haven't spent so much. I really haven't spent much time with 8 yet. I will definitely experiment with 8 whenever I can, though. So you will see more thoughts from me coming soon, I guess. Wow, you got any questions? You got any more questions? Yeah, NT 4.0 is just it's a shame hardly anyone's heard of it, because it's kind of underappreciated. Honestly, I have a feeling 10.10 was originally going to be 8.1 update 3. Like with what you said, it could honestly even be sort of almost 8.2 or even kind of like how 11 was going to be a 10 version. Yeah, I was very surprised when 11 got revealed. What do you think of Windows 7 betas? Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. Haven't really tested any, but they're certainly fine. I've thought about trying them at some point. Sorry. Trying them on the I've got a 2008 machine with a couple of Xeons processors on it. I do hope to make use of it in videos one day. Maybe I'll try stuff with the betas from there. Betas on those machines, and also my Haswell machine that used to be my old main computer. I remember when Terry Merison said at Build 201 that a build with start menu was going to be added to 8.1. The early 7 builds are interesting, but I prefer how it was in RTM. Yeah, from what I've seen, I definitely agree with that. It just kind of flows better. Especially when we get into the I think public beta, of Windows 7. Forgive me, I haven't done too much research on it yet. Like, I've seen the MJD video, but I like build 7000 log-on screen background. I don't know why they changed it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Oh boy, one of my Steam friends is kind of changing games like crazy. They changed games like 5 times in like 3 minutes. 5 times in like 3 minutes. Concepts for 7 are even more interesting, though. If you haven't looked into those, you totally should. You mean Vienna? You mean Blackcomb in Vienna, or something else? Because I know Blackcomb in Vienna was like a separate thing before Windows 7 came in to replace them too. Communicate effortlessly with friends and business associates. What is this? Zoom for 2001. I just realized code hit 19 years after this came in. Oh, so early builds of 7 proper. Like, I didn't know about these concepts, so. Okay, I gotta tell this friend what is going on. It was part of a slideshow that showed the evolution of Windows 7's UI up to build 7000. Oh, really? I'd be glad. You can just send me a link to that, like either on a DM or or Discord or on the server, on the WoW server, I guess. Oh yeah, check marks. They're check marks instead of radio buttons. We still have the old Windows flags. Gasoline, welcome. We've got Windows clouds. We've also got some clouds here that weren't part of the original. Alright, friend told me they're going offline. So any remaining questions? Door from SB. I am typing this from Windows 11. Yeah, congratulations on trying the Windows 11 beta. Sent the video. Split wires had that video then. Thanks for sending that. I will get it eventually. Was that from Mix Session? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using this on unsupported hardware, lol. Yeah, like the system requirements are just another matter. I am kind of lucky my hardware actually is part of the supported list. I mean, 3600, but Yeah, it's kind of glad I kind of upgraded my main computer like some point this year. Because if I was still on my Haswell machine, I wouldn't be able to do it. At least not officially. I already know the workarounds. I can see the great DOS cursor in the sky is kind of starting to decay a little bit. Whistler is now installed. Thank goodness. Yeah, there is the registry thing. Lots of us are from the beta community, so we already know most of the workarounds. So, new boot screen. Yeah, if those fake Whistler sounds like we're still we're around, this would be a perfect build for them to show up. Ha, that's funny. Had the boot up scene. It's Lunar-esque login. Oh boy, that's a scary Merlin. That's a scary Merlin. Create a new internet account after I finish starting up Windows. Congratulations, you're ready to go. To discover Windows Codename Whistler Edition. Finish. Three hours in, and I think we're almost done with the I think he is. Yeah, just like, yeah, it's the Rufflecopter. Here we are. It's the final day of the final days of the watercolor theme. Windows cannot access print dodge. We'll ignore that. I think Sam and Merlin are based off some MS program I forgot the name of. I think he had a voice in ME too, but I don't know. Same with oh, Agent. Yeah, like it kind of escaped my mind, but thank you again, Sky, for helping me out with that, helping us out with that. And T-Trash. Here we are. We also have an updated sample visuals test style here. Taxman. Yeah, it looks a little more complete now. And no, it's not 3:55 a.m. Oh crud, I forgot to set the date forward. And that set bogus. But I will probably update one when we're getting into 24-28. I have a theory. Was the tunnel Barfont changed to Trebuchet? I mean, it's because of Luna. There's a real chance. I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, a real chance it was, because to be fair, it was a sample, so. Oh, wow. To be fair, it was a sample, so. Here's the other one. For the guys that didn't see the first one. Now we're going back to watercolor. Now we still have we still got the good old Whistler. Now we still have the Whistler one. Like sorry about that. Now we still have the Whistler background. But watercolor theme with size 25. Okay, whatever you say. Looks like I won't be able to do that. Looks like I won't be able to do that. Alright, Ripon, I can't do that. But we still got the Whistler like image here. In fact, we still have some things from Windows 2000. But in this build, strange that this build updated watercolor to assist trade graphics despite being post Luna internally. That's true. But here it is, the first appearance of the legend itself, Bliss. It's the origin of a legend. And not only that, but we've also got a we also have the internet games from some point. By the way, you could technically change it through the registry too, but it would be too cumbersome. That's fair. The internet games are here too. We're starting to also see more of the XP icons. Oh, and Spider Solitaire too. We also, in case you saw that for a brief time. And we have, in addition to Bliss, we also have some wallpapers, and also the account pictures are also here. And of course, this is one of the very first builds to have it. We now have a copyright date of 2001, but we also have an early Flash-based tour. However, I have to mute the audio in order for me to demonstrate it because copyrighted music. Help tours. Yeah, look, this is a weird one. Tours. And here it is, and an early tour of here's an early tour of the early look at the Windows XP tour. It plays music too, but I had to mute it because copyright, so we're using Macromedia Flash 5.0. This is a link. Honestly, 2416 and 2419 feel different if you put them into a perspective where Luna already exists, but not in those builds. Yeah, this is kind of like that weird limbo between kind of that weird limbo of 2001 watercolor builds. Yeah, some more XP icons here. Here's activate Windows. Take a look at that real quick. To help reduce software piracy, Windows when unable to activate online. It just says you're good regardless of what it is, because we don't have an activated product activation yet. And I think that's it. That's it for the watercolor era. So say goodbye to the watercolor theme, everyone, because now we are off to 20 casually updates. Oh, right, I have to get this converted. Casually telephone activates a pre-release build from 20 years ago. That would be pretty awesome. And now look at this. We now have a setup screen that looks like the final version. And we're also starting to see the new Windows flag. So now this build was compiled in late January 2001 and was given out to folks that February. So yeah, I'm gonna move the date forward to January of 01. X69. Nice. The logo is as consistent as Windows 11's. So barely. Oh yeah, we just crossed 3 hours on the stream. And yet we still have many builds to go. I forgot to rename the hard drive back to Whistles. Wow, you still here? I mean, your assistance would be well deserved, but Wow, a dozen viewers. Cannot believe, like, we had 12 viewers on this stream. Oh yeah, we still got a little ways before we get into beta 2. January 29th, not 8th. Yeah, everything is. Yeah, these next few builds are gonna probably start looking closer and closer to the final, especially once we get past beta 2. Since we traded in 2296, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and install 2442. Even if it's Chinese. Fun fact: if you can run Windows 2419's Explorer on 2428, it works, and you can get the old flag on the Luna Start button. Oh, that's pretty cool. Kind of like a 2415-esque thing. And yeah. Here's a fun fact: like, the very last versions of Flash. If you go to the Start menu properties on 2428, the preview is the Luna theme with the old Windows flag, if I recall correctly. I will try that then. Fun fact, Flash actually supported, the very last version of Flash actually supported Windows XP all the way to the end of its lifespan. So yes, even 2021 Flash games, for the few that still use it, they do indeed support Windows XP. Service Pack 2, mind you. FYI, there's a good chance 2442 won't work. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, it was not originally part of my plan, so maybe I'll just go ahead and maybe I'll just skip it then. But because I was starting to dread not being able to navigate the interface because I don't know Chinese. I barely know any Spanish, let alone Chinese. Yeah, the text mode in this kind of looks almost like a graphical interface. I'm just kind of surprised it looks that well. Yeah, so the next build I had in the stack was the official beta 2 2462. I was thinking of sliding 2442 in between, but we're gonna pass on that then. Yeah, I can just roll up the changes all into one, so. Sorry if everything is just really slow. As per the usual, but I'm doing the best I can. What I got. 3 hours now. I think for, well, it must be past midnight for you now. You can do an expand command on to explore.exe on a 2019 2419 ISO 386 i386 folder. Hey, look, early setup design that almost starting to look like the final there. Kind of grand I'm running this all off an SSD. Yes, it's 12:35 a.m. here. Still early for me. Yeah, I kind of mentioned you were a little bit of a night owl, like towards the end of your stream, so. Just kind of just been working on it, so. $6:35. Yeah, I live in the U.S. and that's the exact same time for me, so. Second repod, 5 a.m. I'm just kind of multitasking at this point. 7:36 p.m. Sky, I thought you were British. I didn't know you were from the East Coast. I basically live in Eastern Time, I think. Lol. Yeah, I'm in the Central Time Zone. So, that's basically how I am. And, yeah. So, I live in any time zone I want. I mean, technically, I can go, I technically live in 2 time zones, like, for real. Yeah, I'll check the MJD out, MJD video out when I'm done with the stream, so. Yeah, like, we'll, after I finish the stream, I'll watch that video. Sorry. So the place I kind of work at for my job is, in the IT department for a entertainment place. So I'm often walking around the complex. You could always watch it and come back. And that's a good way of going about it. Heck, you could even do both. Channeling the El Dorado energy. The road to El Dorado energy. I'm afraid I may miss the 2428. Trust me, with how big of gaps we're going with these installs, you probably will not miss it. Because literally it's going to be like I literally spend more time installing than actually showing off builds. So you'll be fine, I promise. Wonder if the other guys will be watching this stream today. Like, I don't know, Rick's Random Retro, which I mentioned earlier as a drivers. Yeah, one day when I get like my actual Pentium 3 system ready to go, using the motherboard I'm actually emulating this on, I'll be sure to capture some stuff from it. Yes, Internet security. Internet Explorer 6 delivers a new multimedia functionality, enhanced security, that's a big one, and cookie management. Internet Explorer has exciting new features such as one-click file saving and such. Yeah, maybe back when it first released it could have been like that, but everyone knows how IE6 eventually turned out. How did I see this stream just now? I literally just had a deja vu moment of I literally just saw this exact moment in a dream. Like, it's really that weird. I just have never the most insignificant of moments in dreams sometimes. So what got you into retro tech, everyone? IE6 should have had tabs, to be honest. IE had it coming with how monopolistic it was. Yeah, pretty much. But, what got you into retro tech, everyone? Now it's time to pass the Q&A off with you. Off to you guys. What got you into Windows betas and whatnot? Was there any sort of trigger that set you guys off into watching Windows beta stuff? Started with me looking up the history of Windows. Honestly, I was so young when I got into it, I barely remember lol. Yeah, for me, I was just kind of the MJD videos kind of got me into. So I finally decided. I mean, he was on my recommended for a good while, and I was like, why does this guy have such a weird video titles? He's trying too hard to get me into it. But then I finally bit the bullet one day, and I was like, oh crap, this guy's actually really good. Why didn't I watch this guy sooner? I don't know why I got into Windows development specifically, but I used Windows when since I was a child. I mean, most of us did, so. Oh yeah, this Windows, or this to everybody, what was the first version of Windows you were never using? For me, it was XP. For everyone that's like not WoW, I'm pretty sure that's probably most of what the answers are gonna be. Like, including for me, so. Sure, I got into beta Windows stuff through those startup and shutdown sounds when I was like a kid. I mean, yeah, I did. I kind of did do that too, so. I mean, it was only a casual thing. Like, I just knew it existed with like that certain kind of startup and shutdown thing at the time. I just didn't know what the likes of Chicago and Whistler and Nashville and such were. Only because I was just a young kid who had no idea how things worked. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I was kind of sad when I found out the Whistler sounds weren't real, because it's honestly a really nice sounding. It's a really nice sound. But oh well. First version I used was 95 or 98. My friend had 95, and our first PC at home had 98 SE. I can't remember if I used my friend's PC before we got our PC or not. I at first believed the fake Windows startup sounds, and then I used the builds and thought they were just not in the builds I was using, but they were real. Eventually I learned they were fake, though. Wow, the OS I used proper, i.e. without using just for the interest of looking back on it, was 3.1, which was on a family friend's PC. I mainly used XP as a kid, but I had a hand-me-down Toshiba Satellite with 95 that I forgot I had until years later. Oops, sorry. Sorry again. Kind of not feeling too right, so. Yeah, so we're not gonna do 2442. We'll just go right ahead to 2462. And the next few are just gonna be kind of builds I had, like, either because they're notable deadlines or they had something special about them. But after about 24, after beta 2, like, they're gonna start looking pretty samey. In fact, I may even skip one of the builds and I just make you hear some of the sounds just to save on time. I moved to 7 in 2011 and fell in love with it. As I mentioned before, I actually didn't use 7 a whole lot. Like, how ironic. But, like I said, different perspectives. 3.1 was not fun. to try to work out how to use after being used to using 95, 98. For retro tech, I think LGR was actually the guy who kind of pulled me in. He really actually got me in. I had a really bad spot in life at time, and my mind was like very much vulnerable to all kinds of bad influences at the time. So if it wasn't for Clint, I could have been in a much rougher situation than I am now. Like he was literally he literally saved me from a really bad time in my life. It was like 2016, late 2016 that I had him. So yeah, that's kind of my origin story for retro stuff in general. When my family's XP computer broke when I was a kid, we went to our older Windows ME computer. It always showed the active desktop recovery on startup. If I still had it, I'd throw a copy of XP on it. I still wish I had the Dell computer that I had back in the day. If only like to have a bunch of stuff, like I guess sort of like just sort of kind of having all the weird memories with it. Yeah, I guess keeping that 800, that 1024 by that 800 by 600 thing really kind of had it there. Clint is the definition of cool. Cool crab. Yeah. Okay, this has been well over 27 minutes. So I'm pretty sure like the guy could be back many times over by now. So yeah, some guy warned me the setups were gonna get much bigger than this. So I used to use an HP Pavilion back in the day, but it died due to a capacitor leak. I might replace the board someday, but I replaced it with a Dell Optiplex 740. Yeah, my childhood computer was some Optiplex thing. I just can't remember what model it was. And I know we had to replace an older computer at some point in like the mid 2000s, cause I literally just downloaded a bunch of stuff from a bunch of shareware games from Yahoo Games and the like. Welcome back, Second Repon. Told you we were gonna have a lot of free time left. Net meeting. But yeah, it was yeah, I just trashed the hard drive with a virus and we had to trash the machine. So at some point around then we had to install I kind of had it was some Optiplex machine. I cannot remember the name of the model though, because I was just that young. I still use my Optiplex 740 for XP and Vista things. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sorry, I'm just kind of stimming at the moment. While the setup continues. If it weren't for like special thing, honestly, if it weren't for special things like after beta 2, I would have just gone straight to release candidate 1. But there are 2 builds that have some unique things that have some unique things that I wanted to show off. But I may skip one of the builds anyway. Like the very last one before we get into the RTM. Because usually the last builds in my retrospectives usually is the RTM itself. So, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please. Oh, okay. That's not good. Okay. That was a little nervous. Anything after 2481 is practically identical to the RTM anyway. Yeah, that's actually one of the builds on my list, so I may honestly just skip right to RC2 after I may honestly just skip to RC2 instead of RC1. Because RC2, well, I'll go into it. When we get there. But we are in the, we now officially are in the second half of the, we're in the second half of the, development cycle. Well, okay, Sky just kind of gave it away, but 2481 is has some uncompressed sounds, or well, less compressed sounds. That's about what I was gonna say. So, yeah, they're also in stereo, 44 kilohertz stereo. Kind of surprised they didn't keep them for the RTM. Maybe it was to keep it spec with the minimum requirements, I guess. I don't know. So I'm not really sure if I just want to keep going with just jump right to 2481 or do, well, after we get past beta 2. Probably change them to make the size of the ISO smaller. I guess that works too. You know what I have weird interests of? Like, a weird hyperfixation I had for a while was Triotech arcade machines. More specifically, those motion simulator sort of rides you see in some arcades. Like the Typhoon and Madway Motion Theater and the XD theater stuff. Personally, I would go straight from 2600 from 2481 if it's possible. nothing is really interesting between these two other than that one build with the 2-hour time bomb, which in fact was the one I was thinking of doing. Well, Sky kind of gave the reasons away, but I guess I'll take their advice. Yeah, 2526, which is the RC2 build, that has a 2-hour time bomb, so we're probably gonna be cutting a lot of the second part of this for time, so. The only other build I had in consideration was 2469, so, because that's the, well, if they've been giving away why I chose these builds, it's, first one was titled.wma. Alright, so our final build order for tonight is 2428, 2462, maybe 2469, 2481, 2474, 2475. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll get 2474. Thanks for the suggestion. Three minutes, which is really 10 minutes, because these installs are literally almost an hour at a time, so. We're gonna do, alright, after beta 2, we're gonna do 2474, and then we're going right to the RTM. So you literally had to cut like almost half the build I had. If it wouldn't literally break anything, I probably would have just changed the CPU. I mean, it would just run even worse. Like, the speed thing is just kind of not worth it. It would just, like, the CPU cycles would just be even slower. Like, Like if I set it to like the 450 megahertz P2. I mean, I still want that 5900 or 5950X, but I mean, this is just barely, like, by the time you got into, like, XP proper, like, the minimum system requirements was, like, Pentium 233 MMX, so this was literally just above the minimum system requirements. Maybe I'll bump up the RAM amount to a gig. See if that fixes anything. Still got our Whistler OOBE. Or Whistler animation. Hello again, Merlin. I got Longhorn 3663 to install on a Pentium 60 before. I think it'll be fine. Oh, 3683. Yeah, it's not necessarily because like it's just slow, or it's not just necessarily because of like technical issues. It's just kind of the stream's literally gonna go on for 6-7 hours if we just spend too long, and I gotta eat dinner pretty soon, so. And I really don't want to do a part 3. I'm even thinking of skipping beta 2 even. Okay, so changes from now I am starting to think of a bit of doing a part 3, but oh yeah, new Whistler, new Windows flag right here. Welcome, playing your personal settings. Yeah, this welcome thing is almost kind of looks like the final, just with this weird text at the bottom of it. Part 3 may actually be a good idea, though. Yeah, now that I think about it, it actually could be a good idea, but that would mean we wouldn't be able to get to this for a few weeks, and I wanna try something else. So part 3 may be a little while if we're gonna do that. But yeah, here we are, Luna theme at long last. Alright then. I guess we are gonna do a part 3 then. I really did not think we would be doing a part 3, but and that's coming from the girl who played every single version of the longest Sonic ROM hack for 123 hours. Wow, you are a brave soldier. I really salute you for doing all that. Yep, it's the Luna theme, and we've got a Bliss, but that is actually not. That is actually not. That is actually not where you're. That is actually not what comes by default on in this install. What it really came with by default was by the same guy who did the Bliss wallpaper, Red Moon Desert. And as you can tell right here, the start menu is a fair bit different from where it was before. And you know, the start menu is kind of looks a lot like the kind of looks like a prototype version of the of the final one. Sorry, the words kind of escaped my brain. Expires July 28th, 2001. As you can tell, taskbar is unlocked, so we still have the Windows 2000 sounds. We don't have the XP like sounds just yet, so I wish the slide animation for the start menu survived to the RTM. Slide menu. Oh yeah, that was the thing that mentioned with the old Windows Vista. Or that was the yeah, you're right. You're right. There's the old start. There's the old Luna button. Sort of a watercolor remnant too. I think I can change the image too. Oh yeah, and Windows Product Activation now works. We got it for 14 days. 4:30 a.m. It's not actually 4:30 a.m. Whoops, wrong thing. We still got a few 2000 remnants here, though, so. We're still seeing some stuff from 2000 and maybe a couple watercolor remnants here and there. Oh, and this CD player. System tasks, my music icon. This is not going to last much longer. This is one of the last builds to have it. Because by the time you got into 2442, it was already gone. Oh yeah, I need to change the icon. Yeah, the reason why we didn't see the Red Moon Desert being the final one was apparently it looked like some of the Microsoft teams thought it didn't look so flattering. Allegedly even thinking it looks a little bit like a butt. Isn't that a stub for Windows Media Player? I think so. I think it was, yes. Let me see if I can change the icon. Can I access WPad? Yeah, I don't get it either. It never, I have no idea how it managed to, oh, don't worry, I do have it. Yeah, we got some of the icons. Oh, and even the scroll bar looks a little different. I think these were implemented in earlier builds, but I forgot to show them, so I'm gonna put the spaceman. Guess that's why it's called Red Moon Desert, because they're red. If you look at it in a certain way, it might. I'm not sure. We still have our start page, and we still have. Actually, wasn't it changed at some point? Oh, this was the. I got rid of the October 2000 in here. Yeah, you can start to see the 2000-esque things that are still left here. Take a look at the comments. It's the same interface from before. And yeah, this was when I finally got to the subject of my thumbnail, oddly enough, which is just this was the original thing that was planned. Oh, and show desktop button. Notepad icon still looks like the 9X version. Oh, and Paint. I can't forget. So at some point they introduced a new Paint version. That kind of, I think this is the one that has support for JPEGs. Yeah, it does support JPEGs. So we got our runner here, and we can sort of make fun with it. MS Paint with buttons around the tool looks cursed. Yeah, it sure does. And this was running on literally just a little bit above the minimum system requirements. But yeah, I guess that is it for today. Sorry, sneeze. So yeah, like, we got all the way up into the Luna era. So we'll conclude the Upgrade-a-Thon in on the next live stream. Part 3 of the Upgrade-a-Thon. I was really not expecting a part 3, but hey, like, I guess that's how slow these installs go. I'm really starting to get a feel of I'm getting way over my head with this stuff, but yeah, I'm kind of glad. Once again, I thank WoW for shouting out my stream. I was thinking we'd get this done pretty quickly, but I guess not. It literally took us 2 hours to get an actual build installed. Pretty sure if we were still if 2296 worked, we'd probably be like close to like RC1 by this point. But anyways, thanks for watching the stream, everyone, and again, shout out to WoW for again, shout out to WoW for and slash Major Sky 117 for shouting me out towards the end of his stream. I really was not expecting that, and I really appreciate everyone who stopped by. And yeah, so the next live stream I will be doing will be on September 8th. Wednesday, September 8th. And I don't know if I'll be doing part 3 of the XP Upgrade-a-Thon on that stream, or I will be doing something else, because I do want to try other things. And I would just say part 3 for a third for like later on. But I will finish this, don't worry. The time will come whenever I feel like it. So yeah, anyways, thanks everyone so much for coming out. And we still got our classic theme. And let's try the flower box. Well, that didn't go well. Let's try the flower box. Hey, it actually worked. I was not expecting it to work. Even if it's really slow. And let's see if the final, let's see if the screensaver is in here. It's just a simple banner. As the Beziers. So yeah. So in a future live stream, whether that be the 8th or the 22nd, which is the next live stream I'm going to be doing after that, I will see you guys in part 3, where we complete our trek to the RTM through this roughly the 2/3 mark of the development. So yeah, guys, thanks for coming out, and I will see you in the next live stream. So take care, everyone, and see you guys later.